back again, and as I said in the previous video, that we're going to do a separate one so that Shelly can talk to you about how to put these dolls together. Today is August the 6th. We decided last minute to introduce you to this concept, even though these have been sitting around for 3 years. We felt that we didn't have enough supplies. We wanted to find a wig supplier and all that, but like I said in the earlier video, you guys can do your own resourcing. But we did put we are putting it on the website today. Hopefully it's done before you see this video. And what did I want to tell you? Oh, the samples that we have up there, of course, besides Shelly's, and Shelly did some really cute faces and stuff for you to see. And we have Shanine Bean's rendition of 2 of those ball jointed dolls. So we're thinking outside of the box, and we're really trying hard to keep your creativity, I don't know, edgy and fun. And we'd like to run a contest, but we'll introduce that at the show from Valencia. Anyway, Shelly, go ahead and talk a little more about how these work.
Well, I was going to introduce you a little bit. You'll see that this is a ball jointed as the balls on the bottom, and there is a elastic and instructions on how to put it together. They're very good instructions. You shouldn't have any problem following along with it. But I also wanted to add in that this vinyl that they're using, as Brenda has said, is hard, but it does soften a little bit in the ovens. And so if you have any problems with trying to get a joint in, you can soften it a bit. I didn't have any problems and I didn't have to heat it up, but there is that option there. It takes Genesis paints beautifully. So if you're not liking the orangey factor, it's easy to neutralize. I neutralized many of them and went just like a breeze.
Well, look at her face, how beautiful and pale and
yep, you can
flesh colored it is.
And you can see the hands. You can do all your detailing in those hands there. She's gonna lose her teddy bear now.
Oh well. Shelly, can I stop you for a second?
Sure.
You said that you can soften it. Now,
Yes.
I didn't quite catch. Do you have to heat it to soften
Yes,
it? Okay.
you can soften it too.
So how do you heat it? In the microwave or in boiling water?
You're going to heat it in your ovens like you do your regular vinyls.
I meant oven, not microwave. Anyway, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What do I know?
Okay. Don't put it in your microwave.
Don't put it in the microwave.
She
Don't
doesn't
listen to
do
me.
any reborn.
I'm not a reborner.
Okay, new concept. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the heads, because what you're going to find with these heads are they're going to have something very odd to our reborners, unless you've done ball jointed heads before. There's little, some of them have the opening areas. This is because this is to allow people to put eyes in easier. Because these, if you look at the, other than our cheat sheets underneath and what they're named, if you look at the inside, you can hardly get your finger in there. So there's no way you can maneuver things in there. So you have to have that opening part at the back. And it is easily covered if you put a glue around it and the wig goes over top. That's why when I was saying before, I have rooted the front part and I've used a half wig on the back. And if you're into fantasy like I am, I love putting such a brilliant blue or a brilliant red in the front, and then I'll do pitch black hair at the back, and they look beautiful for fantasy. Now, some of them don't have the opening already for you, but they do have what they call the circle. And that is, you're going to warm it up in your oven or hot water if you don't have an oven. Just put some hot water and then take your X-Acto knife and just follow that circle. And it's very easy. You don't have to worry. You don't chunk it or anything. It comes out very, very easy. You have to be able to do that in order to get your eyes in. These little round areas don't soften enough to push those glass eyes or acrylic eyes. They stay fairly firm. So
Okay, I have a question. Sorry for interrupting.
That's okay.
So how do you pop the eyes in there? Do you have to cut that?
Yes, it's just the
Okay.
vinyl the same, and that is a softer vinyl. It's a little softer, but you, again, if you have any problem, just put a hair dryer to warm that up. And
so Shelly, can we expect a video from you teaching people all this? You know,
I'll put it on my list of
YouTube?
122 things to do for Brenda.
Okay.
This one here excites me. At first, when we received it, we thought, oh, it's a sleeping doll, but it's not. It is actually an open-eyed doll, and this is for some of our nice artists who love to paint eyes. especially if you're into fantasy. Can you imagine these made into cat eyes? You can paint your own little cat eyes in there. And if you put a high gloss on top, I'll tell you, I have well, it'll show up on the McPherson's art site. I did with the eyes for me, and you can't tell between my painted eyes and actual eyes inside.
True.
It was very
Shelley
easy
does
to
beautiful
do,
eyes.
and it's a lovely thing to try out. Now, the other little thing is, I get excited about these, and I know she's kept these on the fence for a long time, but I'm into fantasy, and every one of these dolls I can see turning into some kind of DC hero or a Marvel or a fairy. Even
oh yeah, what is that? The people are into like making the
well, if you
heroes
watch
and
the
stuff
Big
like that.
Bang Theory, they're into a group that's I believe it's called Comic-Con.
Comic-Con,
And
yeah.
so any of those groups, you know, if you're into want to get into a buyer's market, I don't think anybody's got into that buyer's market yet.
Yeah.
So there's a little tip for you reborners if you want to get into so these would make great hero
Awesome.
or super villains or any of
Awesome,
that,
Shelley.
because they're more even the Teen Titans for the teenagers. These would
Yeah.
make great Teen Titans, and you have to use the word inspired by it. You don't want to do that copyright on there.
Right.
So
Great project for young for younger
it would be a
generation
great
as well.
project
Yeah.
for them to do as well. They would
Good.
get a lot
I
of-
like it. I like it. So we're planning on expanding on this concept. We do have larger versions. These are about 18 inches. Is that
These are
correct?
18 inches.
And we do have a few that are about 36 inches. We'll show you that in a little bit. It's a little bit of a different concept. Doesn't have the hard body. It's got a soft
Yeah, it's
part.
got a soft
It's
part
got
on
a
it.
soft part on it. But anyways, so we really want to play around with this and expand.